So my name is Carlos Baena. I'm a co-founder of Animation Mentor, and I've been working professionally in different studios since 1998. Um, and in 2003, I started. I got together with two of my best friends to figure out ways to do some sort of teaching, and a lot of those conversations ended up in us trying to do like an online animation school that became Animation Mentor. So we started the school in 2005. We opened our doors in 2005, and we are now in our 6th year, and it's been quite a ride in a great way. We started Animation Mentor in hopes to basically figure out what our curriculum will be if we were to start all over again. If we were to become students again, knowing what we know now about animation, how would we like to basically learn animation? So it always came down to the basics, and it always came down to like layering the education so that you start out with the simple definitions, I guess, and then working your way up into complex things. One thing that we were finding out was that people wanted to jump into animating, acting, and doing things that were so complex right away, but a lot of the basics were non-existent. So like one of the things that we worked really hard on the curriculum was to like basically figure out a way that all those concepts were built upon each other. So like if you want to go to acting, before that you would need to figure out how things move, like locomotion. Before I even get into locomotion, we wanted to like teach how actually objects move, like how, what are the physics involved. So it's basically going all the way from the most basic form to, tackling like complex animation, all the way to even doing creatures and like doing physical like contact information animation. So it became kind of like a staircase of information where we just wanted the students to start out slow and work their way into more complex stuff. Now, one of the things that we found out was, as we were doing that, we also, my partners Bobby Beck and Sean Kelly and I, we were also trying to figure out, well, what kind of education is this going to be, and one of the things one of the things that we found was we wanted to make sure that if students were going to be spending, the money, that it was going to be like really condensed, packed information. We didn't want the students to feel, once they left the school, that they didn't get their money's worth. And additionally, we also wanted them to have like an education that was fun. That they were going to be killing themselves for like 18 months. So we figured, might as well, let's try to have those 18 months be as fun as they can. And to our surprise, something that got out of that was that the students started forming a community that to this day is actually, for me, is like one of the most gratifying aspects of the school. So the students became like really close one another. And not only that, like once they even went into the industry, they started helping each other out, which was great. In an industry as competitive as ours, it's nice to kind of like reinforce the idea of like helping your peers, and what you give, you get back. So that was some of the stuff that we were finding out as we were developing the school. So some of the stuff, it was, things that we were thinking early on, but honestly, other things were things that were coming out in front of our eyes without us not knowing, that it was forming such a great community. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's been quite a it's been a very interesting journey in the sense of seeing what students get out of the education and kind of like how students figure out their ways. You know, you can only do so much as an educator, but it's great to see what the students make with that education. So for us, it's been great. The reason why mentors having such a key part of the educational model that we've been working hard at building is that since they are working professionals currently in the industry, what that's giving the students is that is giving them like an actual updated information on what it is to be working in the industry as the students are learning. So it's not like they're learning from someone that stopped animating professionally a long time ago. It's like these are like mentors that are still like continue working professionals, or that they're taking a break and then they're going back to working professionals. And what that's giving the students, I feel like, is like a constant information on how the industry is running, and also they do get the face-to-face contact. Like they get that kind of like information from the mentor as the mentor is working on projects currently. I think what makes a good mentor, what makes a mentor, like in my opinion, a successful mentor and teacher in general, I feel like it's a combination of things. For once, like you have the animation skills, they have to be very good. Enough that the students are actually really getting the concepts that we are trying to teach them. But also, I feel like the teachers also have to be patient with the student. They have to be encouraging. If a student is messing up, I think it doesn't help that if the teacher only points out what's wrong in the animation. Like it also helps if it's encouraging from the point of view of like, well, you did this many things, a few things needed work, but you still did some things right. By that way, the student doesn't feel like all the work that he or she has done is all for waste. So that's on the other side. Also, like personality helps, So like from a teacher point of view, it actually helps to have a teacher that's actually nice with the students. There is no, that there's no egos anywhere. Like, no one wants to work with people in the industry that have like, inflated egos. So like I think it helps to have teachers that, that they're humble themselves, but they're also the ultimate goal is for the teachers and for the mentors is for the student to succeed. So it's not about the teacher. At the end of the day, it's about the student.